Thank you for joining us. I'm Naiba Reynoso. Ahead, commemorating the heroic acts of first responders, and a beloved tradition returns after a 2-year hiatus. But first, the Department of Mental Health has deployed therapeutic vans to assist emergency responders with non-life-threatening mental health emergencies. Here's how it works.
Initially, when we receive a 911 call, if we arrive at a point in our interrogation that qualifies for the therapeutic van, they respond with the Los Angeles Fire Department resources, or a patient can be identified on scene by one of our resources and they can request a therapeutic van. But they're dispatched by the Los Angeles City Fire Department exclusively.
And we got a call. Oh, this is our work phone. This is Martin.
The goal of the program is to provide services to the individuals who are in need that oftentimes call 911 because that's the only number they know to call, but they're actually experiencing a mental health crisis. What happens is fire gets deployed as well as police. And oftentimes they're left behind without getting services because they are not in need of medical services, nor there's a need for police. So today we have the Therapeutic Transportation Van, which provides the ability for fire to activate our Therapeutic Transportation Van, which is composed of a licensed psychiatric technician, community health worker, and a driver. We have a collaborative with LA Fire, where we are housed at 5 different stations, at 5 supervisorial districts. The services are 24/7. The mental health staff are housed at the fire stations. They are deployed by the 911 system through a system that we have in place, where once the call is cleared by fire and police, they're able to go and attend the crisis.
We're very well received by fire. As fire introduces us to the community or whoever individual that we're going to be assessing, then they walk away. They give us our space because of course, they want us to feel comfortable with the client.
I would say that there's definitely an increase in the amount of patients that are experiencing those types of problems, and including the homelessness crisis here in Los Angeles.
Even if you've been on your medication, maybe you just need an adjustment for that day. Maybe you just need to talk to somebody. And we've had people that just ask, I need to talk to somebody. I need to talk to a psychiatrist and make sure that I'm okay. That's when we take them voluntarily. And they tell us, I feel like killing myself, and or I feel like killing somebody else, or I feel like just hurting myself or hurting somebody else.
This resource is allowing us to get people the proper care that they need, and it's also freeing up our emergency resources for life-threatening emergencies.
The Los Angeles County Fire Department's Valor Awards recognizes extraordinary individuals for their heroism and exemplary service. Here's more on this year's honorees.
We're here in the city of Bellflower at the Los Angeles County Firefighter Museum to celebrate this year's Medal of Valor Awards ceremony. It's really nice to be here to see members of the Los Angeles County Fire Department. The purpose of this award is really twofold. One is to recognize our professional staff and some of our emergency members that have excelled in relation to our core values.
I assisted a gentleman in the delivery of his first baby over the phone. It was my first childbirth call as well. The training definitely helped prepare for that situation. We went over that part over and over and over again in training. He was super great, he was super calm, and I feel like he did an amazing job, and It was a really great experience.
Well, I think our first responders, particularly the last few years, have really been out there in the trenches, and we're still seeing some pretty amazing emergencies that our men and women have to respond to, of like rescuing a toddler from a burning building or saving somebody from a car crash. And I think you can never thank them enough.
As I approached the scene, I parked my truck to block the portion of the freeway to secure the scene. Approached the passenger part of the vehicle and found that there was an unconscious male inside. When the car flipped over, his arm was outside and the roof of the car landed on top of his arm. So the car was actually on top of him. With the fire and fuel leaking, eventually we were able to lift him up, pull him out, get him freed, and get him to a safe area and initiate medical treatment there.
So important to remember my father's legacy. Supervisor Kenneth Hahn started the paramedic program in 1970. He loved the LA County Fire Department. It was his favorite department. And I'm trying to carry on his legacy by remembering that we should always support the men and women who are out there saving lives and rescuing people.
Residents from all walks of life participated in a flag relay march from Dodger Stadium to Patriotic Hall. The Carry the Load event provides an active way to connect Americans to the sacrifices made daily by the U.S. military, veterans, first responders, and their families. The Los Angeles leg was part of an 11,000-mile, 40-state national relay. Here's more.
We're so excited today. Since 2016, we've been able to come here to the Bob Hope Patriotic Hall and to be greeted by all the people here in LA as we walk across the country to honor our military veterans, first responders, and their families.
Carry the Load brings a flag to remind us that about the importance of Memorial Day, not only supporting our veterans, but we're also supporting those men and women who were lost while in uniform, but also our first responders. And at a time right now when we're still in the middle of this pandemic, really looking at how much our first responders have committed to our communities.
We're a paramilitary organization. We have a lot of firefighters that were once in the military. Even my dad, and I have an uncle that was in the military, and I wasn't, but I got a real appreciation from their stories. And so whatever the Los Angeles County Fire Department can do to support our first responders, plus today, support our veterans, we're totally supportive of that.
Oftentimes we think of Memorial Day as barbecues and great sales, but we've forgotten the real meaning of Memorial Day. And so having the Carry the Load event is so important for the county and for our people, for our community, so that we remind ourselves that freedom isn't free, that the men and women that wear the uniform of our fire department, of our nurses, of our ER staff, of our police department and county sheriff, all doing an important job for us. We just want to remember them at a time like this and thank their families for their dedication.
Got a craving for funnel cakes and turkey legs? We leave you now with scenes from the LA County Fair, which runs through May 30th. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on LA County Close Up.
So this is our return to the LA County Fair. We have been closed for 2 years due to the pandemic. This year in 2022, we are celebrating our centennial. So it's our 100th anniversary. We're very excited to have people back. This year, our Flower and Garden Pavilion is themed Cheers to 100 Years. And it's taking a look at the history and nostalgia of the LA County Fair through flowers. This is the first year that we have new dates. We have moved from September to May. We were able, since we were closed 2 years during the pandemic, we were able to plan out that move.
I like this month rather than September. It's too hot. It's good to see people out and above,
It's been a while since we've been here. We wanted to try some of the foods and see some of the exhibits and just spend the day on great weather. It's so hot in September. Them changing it to May was a very good idea.
I used to come with my kids. Like I say, we've been here for 50-some years. And we used to get so excited. My kids used to get excited. They're already in their 50-something years old, and I still get excited. When my husband and my daughter told me we were coming, I couldn't even sleep